Can you do that as an anonymous person?
I feel like
You have to sign in to give likes.
On YouTube, I think you have to sign in. Sometimes I don't sign in though, and they'll let me throw a like. I think for likes, you can throw it down non-signed in,
Okay.
and I think for subscriptions, you have to be signed in.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'll do then.
Yep.
You get random likes.
Hello and welcome everybody again. Here we are again. We're in our fancy Lacoste sweater, our fancy Lacoste hat, trying to impress all you and make you think we're not losers. So you'll listen to us. This is episode 76. It will be on the Patreon. Please throw us a like and a subscribe on the old YouTube there if you're listening. We make this for you, and we want more people to see it, and that will allow more people to see it. So we can spread happiness and wonder all across Whoville. Right?
Yeah.
It's a fucking nice little sweater you got there.
Thank you. I am also dressed nicely, despite buying all of the secondhand.
You look like you're ready to go to Aspen.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping to go on a ski trip soon, so might have bought my sweater with a ski trip in mind. Who knows?
Keep you warm out there?
I look really good in green.
You think so?
I think so. I think it makes my eyes
What
look
do
greener.
other people think?
I don't. Well, there's only one opinion that matters, and
I'm just kidding.
I never really asked him.
asked.
Actually, to be honest.
Oh yeah?
I just looked in the mirror and I was like, yeah, that looks good.
He'll like that.
Yeah.
Boobs look big. Yeah.
Well, you got what you got.
You get what you got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the listeners, it's grapefruit. I'm sure it's grapefruit. Grapefruit or Granny Smith,
Yeah, we're caught in between on
decide.
how big or what
I'm in
fruit
between fruit sizes.
Yeah. What's your fruit cup?
Maybe I have an orange. Orange is a little bigger than an apple, right?
Yeah, I guess, but they do range in size. Depends if we're talking about a mandarin or if we're talking about a regular.
I think it's a regular.
What do they call the big oranges again? There's like a name for them.
Navel?
Navel.
Navel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Navel. What is a don't you have a navel on your body?
Yeah, it's your belly button.
It's your belly button.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
so.
That's old people lingo. I haven't heard the word navel in a long time.
You shouldn't show your navel, young lady.
Yeah. I haven't heard it, I feel like, since I was at the hospital or something for something. I had no
when
idea.
I got my belly button pierced. They're like,
Oh yeah.
yeah. And then they said I had a deep belly button.
Just hurt your feelings right off the bat.
Oh, well, I don't know. I'd rather be a deep innie than a real pun than an outie, I guess.
Yeah, if you have an
know.
outie belly button,
It's pretty, but
it kind of means that at some point your parents it means that you may not have been given birth to in a hospital. So you might not have such good parents. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you don't get your belly button, the thing is it's not that hard to do. That's what I mean. That's why I'm blaming the parents, is because at the end of the day, if they're not cutting your belly button properly, and then as life goes on, if you don't get that belly button trimmed down so that it looks proper, what does that say about your circumstances? I mean, have you ever met somebody with a supreme outie of a belly button? I would be worried.
Yeah.
You only ever see that on drug addicts and stuff. Don't you think?
really?
That's what I think. I think that only drug addicts have outies, belly buttons, or somebody who's really sick. They got a swollen tummy, little African children have outies. Isn't that weird that when you're really hungry, your stomach swells up? That's so strange. You'd think you wouldn't feel hungry anymore. Okay, I'm sorry. This is off to a fast start.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it.
We're lit like the candle here. I am anyway.
How are you doing?
Good. Yeah. Painting. Oh, guess what? Guess what? So, when you're a kid and everyone, well, not everyone, but majority of people in your household, you hold the pencil and you want to draw on the walls, and they're like, don't draw on the walls.
Oh, yeah.
Guess what I get to do?
What?
I get to draw and paint on a wall.
Oh, my God.
I know.
What happened?
Well, it started out with my partner being like,
Don't say partner. Say boyfriend. Don't be so
Boyfriend?
fucking...
Liberal?
Yeah.
Don't be so liberal.
Yeah.
My man.
There you go. Right? See,
Oh.
that gives him a little respect, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, he's so hot. I don't deserve him at all. Anyway, my hot boyfriend has these good ideas because he's so smart and I'm so dumb. And he's like, we're going to paint the door. And I was like, oh, yeah. And then we debated whether we painted blue or green. And we voted green because I really like the green color that his parents mixed up because it's a happy green. You know, winter gets me a little depressy, so I was like, oh, green. And then we wanted to paint the closet
Depressy
doors.
Bessie.
Depressy Bessie.
Turns me into a little depressy Bessie.
Depressy Nessie, yeah. So, anyway, we wanted to paint the closet doors that are right next to the entrance.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, what if I do a mural on it? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, no. He's like, yeah. I'm like, you're telling me I get to paint on the closet doors? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my God. I got so excited that before I even probably started drawing anything, I jumped up and down and did like a weird little excited hand move in. So I am currently painting.
So you're exploring
On
your
the door.
painting stuff again. Hey, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
That really is the way to be happy in life, you know? It's like expressing yourself, creating things, doing things for other people.
Yeah.
I really think that that's the core of real happiness
Yeah.
in life. I feel so good when I help people.
Mhm.
Like the other day, with all this weather, I've had lots of opportunities to feel good. The other day, I fucking helped a dude change his battery. His battery was fine. He just gives it to me. And he's like, you can have it. And I got it. And then the battery was fine. So I brought it in, recharged it. Now I'm using it in my truck as a backup.
Yeah.
It's like, that's pretty crazy. That's like a $200, accidental payment.
Yeah.
That's the price of ignorance. You know?
Yeah. Well.
It's crazy. It's crazy that there's guys out there that don't know stuff. But then, I mean, I guess all girls don't know stuff. But, like, stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know stuff. I rely very heavily on my boyfriend.
Yeah,
Very
but, like...
heavily. To the point where he, like, looks at me and he's like, do you need help? And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I do.
Well, that's good.
I don't even open jars. Because
yeah?
he knows. He knows.
Well, that's good for you.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you.
He's so strong. Oh, my God.
Starting to make me feel inferior over here. I'm going to bring him in here. You want to do a podcast with him already? Good Lord.
Well.
So, what was our main topic, though?
Free battery.
Yeah, the free battery.
Yeah.
You know, and it makes me feel so good to help people.
Yeah.
That was such a nice thing.
Yeah. You help people a lot this winter. You started up cars,
Mm-hmm.
which is nice. Good car.
Remind me, what else did I do? I don't even know. Oh, just like, being somebody's proctor.
Yeah.
That takes my time.
Yeah.
I feel like I like my carpentry. I feel like I help people with that.
Yeah.
Because, like, ultimately, I'm making a piece of furniture that when they get it, it's worth double what I'm charging.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm essentially working, make myself a little money, and then making other people money too, and like an important furniture item.
Yeah, you've been building some beautiful pieces.
Thank you. Which what have you liked?
I've really liked. You did this one table for this one lady, and it was huge. It was
Oh,
like
the green
6
one.
feet. Oh, the top was gorgeous.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, that was a
Oh.
really nice one, and it had a different little shelf design on
Yeah.
it and everything.
I almost tried to convince you to get out of the house so I can take it, but unfortunately, I took my car over here, so it couldn't quite fit in the Toyota Corolla. Ladies.
Yeah, that was a 6 foot long
Get a
table.
truck.
Definitely not going to fit in your car.
Yeah, I should have
Yeah.
brought my boyfriend's truck over.
Yeah, definitely.
Idiot.
Mhm.
Idiot. I would have been like hauling it. Can you imagine me hauling it out? That thing weighed a lot.
It'd be over your head. It'd be over your head. You'd be like...
Struggling.
Okay. Okay, everybody. Here we are after another pee break on the Patreon. We're talking about the things that make the world tick. You know, down here we can, on this protected by this paywall, we can do whatever we want. We're doing a nighttime podcast today.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while since we have done a late night podcast. Hey.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if we ever have. Well, the one that we did in that hotel was, I think, later in the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, since then, that was like episode 66. So like 10 episodes ago, 10 weeks ago.
That was so fun. The water slides were so fun.
Holy shit, was that fun.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. I like the night, though. It makes me feel more free. How does the night make you feel?
I mean, now that I'm a working slave girl, a little bit more free, but I get tired. You know, if I have holidays, like during the summer, I come alive during the night. You know this. That's why I'm always like,
yeah. The night, it's interesting. The night is not a place for the 9-to-5ers.
Mm-mm.
It is a special landscape just for the people who earned it.
Yeah.
You know? Very interesting. Because it's just nice because... You know how there's people, there's people that say that like phones are causing problems for people.
Yeah,
like
the blue
mentally,
light.
health.
Yeah.
Sorry, what did you say?
The blue light?
Oh, that too, for your eyes.
Yeah.
Sure. Definitely not what I'm talking about.
That affects my eyes. My eyes suck.
At nighttime, the phone is much less of a distraction. I know you could go into the doom scrolling type thing,
Mm-hmm.
and that's still bad.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you don't have people. If people message you, you don't have to reply, which is so nice.
Yeah.
If people call you,
because it's late, right?
because it's late.
Yeah.
So you just feel at night. I feel so free. That's what I like about it most. Is that you're free from the damage that the phone does to you mentally without you realizing it.
Mm-hmm.
And because I think it does equal damage to everybody, but like, yeah, you just really don't realize it. Some people are more aware of it. Some people are less. But yeah, I use my phone a lot.
Mm-hmm. That's fair, because you're on social media.
Yeah. It's important.
You reply to comments. By the way, excuse me, I think I burped on the mic.
That's the first producer burp of this entire. You shouldn't have to apologize. That's the first producer burp. Just in our recording today, I've burped like 15 times into the microphone.
I'm not even drinking anything. Well, this drink in particular is carbonated, so my bad. But
Yeah, I guess it is a little carbonated. Why don't you tell the listeners what you're drinking?
Okay, Patreon fans, you get a 2-shot in pumpkin producer,
Mm-hmm.
and it is a wonderful combination of
Combination.
Combination.
Just to remind you guys, this is pumpkin. We call you pumpkin.
Yeah.
Pumpkin producer.
Yeah.
I forget why, but it's stuck.
It's there.
So we're gonna call you Pump or Pimp or. We'll call you. We'll call you Pimp and Pump.
Yeah.
And you are the producer of the show. Just to remind you all there. Please continue. Sorry about your drink.
No. Whiskey. Orange juice. Wonderful combination, by the way. I haven't even.
Look at the turtles. He's shipping a little beer can.
Yeah.
He's taking it to recycle.
He has a bush.
He's growing a new beer. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bush.
Oh,
This used to be a succulent.
Maybe he's going to that Sarcan where the ladies are.
Oh God. Okay, let's tell the Patreon fans a little bit
Nasty.
about the Sarcan.
Nasty, yeah.
Okay, so
Nasty.
I like rocks. I collect rocks. I'm a civil and geological engineer. I have this rock pile that I go to. See, there's burp number 16. And there's burp number 17. I have this rock stockpile that I go to grab rocks every now and then, and I love it. It's just like I wake up in the morning, I lift heavy rocks, I put them in my truck. It's just a great way to start the day.
Yeah.
Literally a great way to start the day. My favorite thing right now is fucking waking up and going getting these rocks. It's such a good exercise. And the thing about lifting rocks is it is different than regular weightlifting. Like, because you're holding the weight like this instead of like this.
Yeah.
It is a lot different in how it strengthens your fucking arm and shit.
Wow.
I love it.
Yeah. And your hands, too.
Yeah, your hands and everything. Yeah. I am always so sore. Oh, when I first started lifting lots of rocks, I was so sore. So sore. And actually, my first time I ever experienced a bicep, like a cramp in my arm, because I've only ever had cramps in my stomach and in my leg and in my foot.
Mm-hmm.
And first time I ever experienced an arm cramp was from lifting rocks.
Okay.
So that says something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I go out to my little rock stockpile. It's a little town near here called Warman.
Mhm.
I can expose the location. Who cares? And they have a Sarkan there. Oh my goodness! It's funny. I have a little bit of a history of confrontations with a Sarkan. But I mean, it's weird because in a small town, right?
Yeah.
Sarkan isn't like in a bigger city where it's all mentally handicapped people that work there,
Yeah.
and like the odd trans person. That's it.
No different if you.
Yeah, they're the same. As Sean Strickland would say. So I'm at the Sarkan out in this small town, and normal people work there, sorta, but they're not normal. Like they will still have a little bit of emotional problems, but not as much where they're handicapped. So there is this Asian girl. I think she's the manager, or she is now, who works at this Sarkan, and we have a bit of a feud. She doesn't like it because my cans, I don't keep the bag super clean.
Yeah.
Like sometimes some other stuff ends up in there.
Yeah.
Little plastic wraps, sometimes some
Debris.
crumbs, some debris, a
Yeah.
little bit of debris. And I'm like, so she gets mad at me for that.
Yeah.
And one time, like a year ago, I went over there and I was walking out after, and she sprayed me with the cleaning hose that's used to clean the little can depository area where they count them. And I'm like, what the fuck? I look at her, I smile at her. She just looks at me and she glares at me like this she meant to do it. She meant to do it. So anyway, I go back there the other day with this lady that I'm seeing. And, seeing, I don't know. Just, it's a lady. She's a female human being.
You see her with her eyes. Yeah.
I see her with my peepers. So, and she was with me. So, and when you're with, when you're with a little lady, you want her to be comfortable. I'm a gentleman.
Yeah.
You want people to be happy, whether they're a lady or not. Also that. And so we're there. We're at a Sarkan. It's nice enough already. She's like, oh, you're going to Sarkan? I don't mind. Because I was just wanted to take her out there for my rock run.
Yeah.
But I had some cans in the back of my truck, and I was like, I could fit more rocks in here. This was before I realized that, like, you can only put... You could have a box only 3 feet long. At, like, that much rocks. 2,000, 3,000 pounds. So you don't even need a box that big. I could have not returned the bottles.
Yeah.
And had plenty of room because of how heavy these rocks are. And so we go to the Sarkan, and I put the bottles. We start putting stuff into the container. She starts counting cans. And this lady, this was not the Asian lady, though. This was a different lady. But I imagine a lady who is under severe mental strife because her manager is this crazy Asian lady. Anyway, so I don't know, but these are just people with maybe anger problems or whatever, working at a Sarkan in a small town. And there was a couple of little crumbs, like we're talking little wood chunks, like sawdust, and just things that are sometimes in the bottom of garbage cans and like stuff like that. Look, lids, like stray lids. I can't even remember what else was on there. Like, yeah, stuff like that. A little bit of plastic wrappers. Meanwhile, she is standing in front of a Rubbermaid container, 3.5 feet by 4 feet, sloped, with a big garbage can at the end of it, and a metal stick, designed to pull the stuff towards the garbage can.
Yeah.
And a hose at her hip.
Yeah.
And the girl that I'm with is already a little nervous because it's kind of dirty on the thing. It's well known that you should kind of have clean cans at Sarkan. I do my best, but I'm not the cleanest at Sarkan. Whatever.
Yeah.
Not that big of a sin.
Yeah.
So I'm recycling.
Yeah.
So anyway, this fucking lady has the audacity to tell the girl that I'm there with, clean up this garbage. Like the garbage that's in this Rubbermaid container.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, she said it to me. She said it to me. And I'm like, I'm not cleaning that up. This is a bin. I said this.
Yes.
I said this in the spot.
Yeah.
On the moment, I thought of it. I mean, because I'm not taking shit from these people.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you talking about? This is a bin that's made for taking the garbage into the thing. It's okay.
Yeah.
And then she didn't say anything. So theoretically, that's over.
Yeah.
But then the girl I'm with,
Oh.
out of the kindness of her heart, she starts, because you know how it is with girls and with like, I don't want to generalize like that it's girls, but like girls are, when they see somebody who's emotionally affected or like, What am I trying to say? Can you help me with this at all? This is the emotional realm.
I
I don't know why girls are so affected when somebody puts a little bit of emotional pressure on
yeah.
them. Why they don't stick to the facts.
Yeah.
Can you help me?
Well, dang.
Do you think? Sorry, to finish the story, the girl I was with starts picking up some of the garbage, like the fucking like the old lady at that Sarkan told her to do.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't say anything. I let her do it, but I felt there was a lot of tension.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you think about that? Why do you think she did that?
Well, I met her a couple times, and she's really nice. You know, like, I know what she does for a job, and sometimes, like, in her job, it's a lot easier for her to do things rather than, like, an argument to happen, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
that probably what she was thinking. Also,
I totally understand what you're saying.
it's
Like 100%.
it doesn't make it right, because in that situation, obviously, she should have just left it.
This is a grown adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
She gets paid to be there and to do that.
and how silly. Like, she has a waste bin she can throw the debris in. It's not even
It would have
touching
been
the hose.
for this lady, it would have been this.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, like, cans aren't perfectly clean. You're gonna have, like, alcohol spill. Like, obviously, like, what's worse?
What's the difference?
You know, some natural debris or alcohol, right? I don't know. I think I'm positive that
That lady had mental issues. Or she just likes to pick fights.
The only way you could apply is they ask you a series of questions. If you ask them like a bitch, then they hire you. You're like, you're hired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I imagine that Asian lady that I mentioned in my story isn't hiring the nicest of individuals.
Yeah. Like, why? Why be grumpy in life?
Why be grumpy in life? That's a great question.
Like,
Sometimes, you know what's weird is I'm never grumpy, but sometimes I will bounce between gratitude and sadness.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the main realm of emotion that I seem to live in.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why though. I feel sadness is more of an adult emotion though. Like, I didn't really have it too much when I was young. I don't know if young people should have to toil too much in sadness. They should just have to get up and do their day-to-days, work with their little, like, primitive robotic minds that they have when they're young, and just progress yourself to adulthood to a point where you're healthy. It's amazing how long it takes for a human to grow to where they're an adult and, like, to be able to exist in our society.
Yeah.
That's wild. It takes like 25 years for our brains to form all the way. Isn't that actually, it almost seems like it doesn't make sense. Or maybe the frontal lobe is like a new development, a new thing. Because what's crazy is if you think about it, 400 years ago, people didn't live past 30. That was what they lived to.
Yeah.
And so you're telling me that they wouldn't get their frontal lobe until the end of their life? Like, that's fucked.
Yeah, and they would get married before then, and their prefrontal cortex is just, like, non-existent.
Non-existent. What the hell's going on there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know. That's interesting. Lost my train of thought.
That's why you can't drink or gamble in the States until you're 21, because your prefrontal cortex hasn't been developed yet.
Oh, yeah. And sorry, thank you. You got me back. Yeah, I remember what I was talking about. Sort of like how long it takes for humans to develop.
Mm-hmm. Some longer than others.
Yeah, that's wild. And a horse will come out of her mom's pussy walking. Like, what the fuck?
Don't say that. My mom owns horses.
I don't like saying that. You know what's weird? There's a few words I don't like saying.
Yeah.
Obviously the N-word. I don't say the N-word. Never have.
Yeah.
I don't like saying the pussy word.
You don't like saying pussy?
I don't like saying pussy. I don't like saying bitch.
Yeah, that's a pretty harsh
I don't
one.
like saying asshole.
Really?
Like, I don't like calling somebody an asshole.
I can freely say two of those
For
words
some
already.
reason, asshole digs deep for me. And I don't like saying the C word. I don't say the C word, really. Unless
Yeah.
I'm really angry or I hurt myself. Sometimes I'll rip that one.
Yeah.
But it's like, I won't even say it now.
You're pretty tame.
You think so?
Yeah, I hear burgers and fries from you.
Yeah, when I'm doing something really hard,
Yeah.
I breathe out and I say burgers and fries.
Burgers and fries, and it makes me want to get Five Guys every time. I should just leave at that point and just get Five Guys and come back and be like, "You good?"
Holy shit! You broke me on that one. That's funny. I do that.
Yeah.
It's funny that you noticed that. That must have been. Oh my god. Yeah, it's funny. That is so funny. You know, the other day I sold a table to a guy. Actually, that green one that you liked. And when I was carrying it out, he was carrying it out. And as I was lifting it on this one heavy part, I go, burgers and fries. I didn't realize I said it in front of a random person. It was kind of funny. Oh, good Lord.
27. Yeah, no.
So other than the little house painting, are you working on any other paintings right now? I think you told me that you were doing a portrait of somebody, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
So,
Is it hard? Sorry, go ahead.
my man, so good looking. Oh my god. I don't even know. I must have a huge personality because he's so handsome. So handsome. Oh my, why? Anyway, so he told me that he wanted, like early on in our relationship, he wanted shortly after he found out I was painting, and he's so sweet. He like supports my painting all the time. Like just thinks they're the greatest, even when I think they look like shit.
Is he gay?
No.
Puts it down. He dicks you down.
No, he likes women. It's for sure.
Sorry, continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sometimes I'm a little intimidated by like the women that he likes because I feel like I'm not up to par with them, but he likes women. It's for sure. He's not gay.
Oh yeah. Oh, you mean like that he likes looking at like ladies other than you also.
Yeah.
And you think that that's an okay thing. That's always a question in relationships, you know, is like, is it okay for a man to kind of have his own independent stuff going on, interest, inflate his mojo, and you believe that that's an okay thing? It can be present in a healthy relationship.
I think so, simply because and I asked him this when I found out, because I just wanted to make sure, mainly because I feel like he's kind of dating down with me, but
he's kind of dating down.
Yeah. So I asked him, I said, do you only like to look at these women because, you know, like obviously I'm a sexual being as well. I like to look at certain things like pornography. And I was asking him if it was like not a reference to me. Like he was not hoping that I would look like these women or that he was hoping to be with these women. No.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, cool. So, and none of them looked local, which was nice. So,
yeah. And so you're saying if he was fraternizing with beautiful women that were a little closer and a little more accessible, it would make sense to be a little bit more. So women should have a little bit of heel they can put into the ground if there's more accessibility.
Yeah, like cause
I agree.
Yeah, and
it's like what the fuck? What are they gonna do? Have webcam sex? You know, who cares? You know, at the end, like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's accessibility, right? You know, but I guess that's still bad. Yeah. Would you be mad at a guy if he did that? You know how there's those guys who like they go on cam shows and they like to watch live naked girls and tell them what to do and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not one of those guys at all.
Okay.
I'm pretty simple with porn stuff.
Yeah.
But like, do you think that that's kind of an overlap there? What do you think about that?
I don't like that.
You don't like that, hey?
No.
That would be like cheating, sorta.
Sort of. I would take it as
weird.
like kind of a weird thing to do. I would be very upset, and I would just kind of tell him not to do it again. And then I think if he did it again, I'd be like,
oh, so you'd give him a warning. You'd give him a warning shot.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, which is very nice for me to do but I feel like that was kind of like maybe him testing the waters a little bit, like what could happen.
Do you ever like try to think about like what kind of porn do you like? Like you like erotic novels, don't you? Like you're pretty into porn.
Yeah.
I mean, like, do you ever think about it from the reverse? Like, what if you did a webcam thing and you got to watch a dude, you know, helicopter his wiener around, like, well, you think you'd like that? You could be like, go counterclockwise. Okay, clockwise. Like, you know. No, but I feel you, though. Probably across the line.
Mm-hmm.
Probably across the line.
Yeah.
From any perspective. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for tuning into the Patreon. We love to have you here. This is Patreon 2. No, this is Patreon 3. This is our 3rd episode on Patreon. We love to have you here. You know, it's $5 a month, and we will always make extra episodes of our show. We will entertain you for a period of time on your workday, I promise. So, and it will be better than the regular YouTube episodes. These ones are going to be more raw. You know, we're going to talk about porn. We're going to talk about that kind of stuff. So, yeah, click a like, leave a comment on YouTube or Patreon, whichever one, you know, they're both the same thing. They're linked through. So, we love you out there. Keep on keeping on. And that's Canadian Talk. Patreon 3 out. There we go. Wow. What? Thanks for listening, and any questions or concerns for the show, as well as voice recordings and voice messages that you'd like us to listen to, or advertisement inquiries, please forward those along to CanadianTalkWithStephan@gmail.com. Thanks. We also have a website, Stephanjackson.ca, where you can find a back catalog of all our episodes. And we're also on YouTube, where you can find the video versions.